What if the U.S. Army had replaced the M16 and M4 with a futuristic rifle that was lighter, more modular, and more reliable? That rifle was called the XM8, and while it promised to revolutionize infantry weapons, it was ultimately canceled. This is the story of the XM8, why it was created, its advanced features, and the political and technical reasons behind its downfall. The XM8 story begins in the early 1990s, when the U.S. Army launched the Objective Individual Combat Weapon Program, or OICW. The goal was ambitious: replace the aging M16 and M4 rifles with a weapon that was lighter, more effective, and capable of firing both standard 5.56 ammunition and high-tech air-burst grenades that could hit enemies hiding behind cover. The first product of this program was the XM29 OICW, a collaboration between Alliant Tech Systems and Heckler & Koch. Based on the HK-36 rifle, it combined a 5.56mm assault rifle with a semi-automatic 20mm grenade launcher. Its most impressive feature was an advanced computerized sight. This scope had night vision, thermal imaging, a laser rangefinder, and up to 6x zoom. Even more impressive, it could program grenades to explode in mid-air, allowing soldiers to target enemies behind walls or trenches. But the XM29 had major flaws. It was too big and too heavy, weighing nearly 8 kilograms loaded. The 20mm grenades lacked stopping power. Its 25cm rifle barrel was too short, producing poor muzzle velocity, and its ergonomics were clumsy for infantry use. By 2004, the XM29 was canceled. However, not all was lost. The OICW program was split into separate projects, and from this came the XM8 Assault Rifle. The XM8 was designed to be light, modular, reliable, and easy to maintain, everything soldiers needed in the field. Like the XM29, the XM8 was based on the HK-36 rifle. It fired 5.56 NATO rounds from a closed-bolt system, had both semi-auto and full-auto modes, and featured a folding stock thanks to its internal recoil spring system. Its exterior was made largely of polymer, reducing weight. It came with an electronic red dot sight with 1.5x magnification and an integrated infrared laser visible only with night vision gear. Instead of traditional Picatinny rails, the XM8 used new Pica slots on its handguard, allowing accessories to be attached more securely without constant recalibration. But perhaps its greatest strength was modularity. Soldiers could swap barrels, stocks, optics, grips, and even add a grenade launcher with minimal tools. Maintenance was dramatically simplified. An XM8 could be disassembled, cleaned, and reassembled in just 8 minutes, compared to 15 minutes for the M4. The barrel used polygonal rifling, improving gas sealing and increasing muzzle velocity. In testing, the XM8 proved remarkably resistant to dirt and dust. In 2007, during extreme dust tests, the XM8 recorded just 127 malfunctions in 60,000 rounds. By comparison, the SCAR-L had 226, the HK-416 had 233, and the M4 carbine failed 882 times. The XM8 was designed in several versions: a compact PDW with a 22.9cm barrel, a standard assault rifle with a 31.7cm barrel, a designated marksman/automatic rifle variant with a 50.8cm barrel, bipod, 4x optic, and compatibility with 100-round CMAG drums. Despite its promise, the XM8 was not flawless. Early models suffered from short battery life on the electronic sight, just 110 hours, and the polymer handguard warped under sustained fire, preventing it from replacing the M249 light machine gun in the squad automatic role. By 2005, Heckler & Koch addressed these issues, boosting battery life to 400 hours, reinforcing the handguard with aluminum heat shields, and slightly increasing the rifle's weight to 3.4 kilograms. A folding iron sight was also added as a backup. By then, the XM8 seemed ready for service, but it never entered full production. The real reason was not technical, it was political and legal. Colt, the longtime supplier of the M16 and M4, sued the U.S. government, arguing that the XM8 contract violated federal law. By awarding the deal directly to Heckler & Koch, a foreign company, the Army had bypassed mandatory competitive bidding and domestic manufacturer requirements. Facing a likely legal defeat and a potential multi-million-dollar scandal, the Army canceled the XM8 program in October 2005. Other parts of the OICW program continued for a time, such as the XM29 grenade launcher, which entered limited service in Afghanistan before being canceled in 2018. The XM8, however, found only one international buyer, Malaysia's Special Operations Unit Pascal, which adopted a modified 2005 version with Picatinny rails instead of Pica slots. The standard XM8 assault rifle weighed 3.4 kilograms, measured 84 centimeters in length, fired 5.56 NATO rounds at 900 meters per second, had an effective range of 500 meters and a maximum reach of nearly 2 kilometers with a rate of fire of 850 rounds per minute. The XM8 was an advanced, modular, and reliable weapon system that could have replaced the M16 and M4, but instead, it became an example of how politics, lawsuits, and bureaucracy can end even the most promising military projects. The XM8 story reminds us that sometimes the battlefield isn't the only place where wars are fought. Some are decided in courtrooms, boardrooms, and government offices long before a soldier ever pulls the trigger. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Military Power TV.